Welcome back. It's not very often that the municipality polls of a state become a big political slugfest for power or torpedoing the other's power. But then, we are talking about Delhi and Delhi MCD, where the very MCD polls were marred in controversies and deceit. Now the Supreme Court has pulled up the Delhi Lieutenant Governor VK Saxena for ordering elections of the MCD Standing Committee and also staying the voting to pick a chairman in the now BJP-controlled House. What will happen to democracy if you interfere like this? Was just one question the Supreme Court asked. The top court also asked what was the glaring hurry for holding these elections, as it sought a response from the Delhi LG's office in 2 weeks over the matter, also stating that there was a mayor present to take these decisions. Furthermore, the Supreme Court put on hold the civic body's standing committee's chairperson polls. The development came after the Delhi mayor filed a plea challenging the polling of the sixth member of the MCD standing committee. What happens to democracy if you interfere like this? Is there politics in this too? The row over this election is the latest bitter back and forth between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Lieutenant Governor in the national capital, with the ruling party accusing him of acting as a proxy to disrupt governance and discredit it ahead of the assembly elections in February 2024, charges that the BJP has completely rubbished. Well, and this is just one chapter of what's in the courts. There's also several tussles between the state-ruled governments as well as the centre, particularly the opposition-ruled state governments and the governors. Let's open this up to our panelists at this point. Siddharth Sharma from the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, as well as Sandeep Kapoor, who's a Delhi BJP lair. Advocate Vivek Jain also joins us. He's a senior partner of MZM Legal LLP. Well, I believe Siddharth Sharma is not patched with us at this point, but let me just go to Sandeep Kapoor first. Sandeep Kapoor, isn't this now getting extremely embarrassing? Very strong questions by the court in this particular case, asking just very basic questions and a big reminder, a democracy quote-unquote reminder in this particular case.
The question is that why these committees are not being made in after 20 months. Why Aam Aadmi Party is postponing the constitution of committee? That's a big question, because in Indian democracy, the people and public are in the center. And when the election was held in 2022 December, and after result of election in January, February, March, all committees of MCD should have been constituted. First, it was the election of mayor, then standing committee members, then standing committee chairman, then zone committees, and also there are 32 ad hoc committees which has to be constituted. And these are the basics of MCD. Along with these committees, MCD decision takes place, and we do welfare activities for public. After 20 months, still we are struggling with the constitution of these committees just because of Aam Aadmi Party doesn't want to empower their councillors, BJP councillors, and they doesn't believe in constitution. Only Shelley O'Brien is a single person who has been elected so far in 20 months, and she is doing her third term. In third term also, there should be election of a mayor which has to be from Dalit. They have not been done. So why Aam Aadmi Party is running from elections in the House? That's a foremost question which has to be asked from them.
Sandeep Kapoor, I'll ask that question to the Aam Aadmi Party, but do you want to respond to what the court has asked of you? The court is asking what will happen to democracy if the LG keeps acting like this. The court has asked who gave the power, where does he get the power to act like this? These are not the questions that the opposition is asking or the journalists are asking this. These are questions that the court is asking.
The Supreme Court has already answered these questions in the last judgment which Supreme Court has done for the MCD. Aam Aadmi Party questions the power of LG for appointing 10 councillors from different fields, And Supreme Court has already narrated that LG
You're
is
not
correct.
answering the
He has the
question that I
power.
am
He has
asking.
the power to
I
appoint.
get your
He
point
has the
against the
power
Aam
to
Aadmi
appoint.
Party, and I'll go to the Aam Aadmi Party on this, but you really aren't answering the questions that I am asking you. Sir.
See, LG is the administrator of MCD. LG has a power to see that when constitution is not followed by the mayor, when mayor denied election on 26th, so LG intervened after that, and then also LG has given a chance to mayor that she should take the proceedings of the house. She should conduct the elections. But when mayor denied, deputy mayor denied, when the senior councillor denied, then on the fourth term, the senior bureaucrat was given a duty to conduct the election, which Aam Aadmi Party failed to attend. And there was no reason that Aam Aadmi Party should not
Okay,
attend that
let me
election.
just get the
The
response of Aam
question
Aadmi
is that
Party to this. Siddharth Sharma joins us. Siddharth Sharma, you've heard Sandeep Kapoor speak. Strong allegations. Of course, he has not really answered what the court has asked. Nonetheless, Sandeep Kapoor is alleging that the mayor and the Aam Aadmi Party have completely failed to follow the constitution and to follow democracy.
Well, I'll answer to that in the latter part, Sneha, but what a great fall today for Atal Bihari Vajpayee's BJP. For Atalji had resigned when he was only one vote short. Today it is sad to see insult upon injury heaped upon the entire BJP ecosystem by Indian judiciary. I think BJP should now substitute its J with a G, gate crusher. Wherever something good is happening, BJP just gate crushes it. This is now, if you recall, Sneha, umpteenth time that the judiciary has reminded BJP that in a democracy, collective always trumps above individuals. First, it was the services matter verdict, which the Modi Sarkar overturned via an ordinance. Then came BJP robbing the MCD Chandigarh mayoral elections, and today the MCD observations. Seems the whole of India has understood this BJP's how the BJP works, and that is why the whole of India has understood that the collective is greater than the individual, and that's why in the recent Lok Sabha elections, they ensured, the Indian public ensured that Modi Sarkar turned into a lame duck prime minister on two crutches. The sooner BJP realizes this, the better it will be for Indian
my
democracy.
question is, Shelley Oberoi could have done what the LG ordered for.
Yeah,
why didn't she do it?
Yeah, I told
of course,
you that
the court is saying that.
Yeah,
the court is saying that the mayor was there. The mayor was there certainly, but the mayor could have done what the LG ordered for.
Sneha, I said that
20
your
months.
question will be. Sneha, I said that your question would be answered in the latter part because that's a one-sentence answer. I think individual, however big he is always subservient to the collective elected representatives. That is the parliamentary democracy. Now, as far as the elections being conducted is concerned, on 5th of October, the present mayor Shelley Oberoi had already called for an election. Now, if the BJP does not have time or the patience to wait till then and brings in an outsider, it is exactly like the Indian election commissioner, chief election commissioner, being a foreigner. That is not allowed. An Indian election has to happen under an Indian chairmanship. Otherwise, tomorrow Modi ji can well decide that in his PMO, since there are so many IAS officers, what is the need for Mr. Om Birla to sit in the Lok Sabha chair? He can change his chair, and one of Modi ji's secretaries can run the show. That is not how parliamentary democracy functions. And I think that's what the judiciary has asked today of the BJP. I rest my case.
I know Vivek Jain, Advocate Vivek Jain is waiting, but very quickly, sir, just give me a few minutes before I come to you. Sandeep Kapoor, back to you. With the tone which the Supreme Court has asked these questions, one also is reminded of the several tussles that have happened between the governors and the opposition ruled states, possibly in unprecedented manners. States by the opposition ruled parties have gone even to the courts, have knocked at the doors of the courts, including the Supreme Court, and this has been absolutely unprecedented. And this has, of course, happened over the last few years. With what the court asked of the LG and how the cases are before the court with respect to the tussle between the governor and the states, what would your response be?
The tussle, there is no tussle because, it's a point that how democracy of India has to be built on and how constitution or act of MCD has to be followed. The first and foremost thing was that when MCD councillors were elected, within 3 months, all committees should have been formed because Delhi is suffering. Because of lack of standing committee, the contract more than 5 crore rupees has not been done. There are a lot of layout plans, and case has gone to High Court and Supreme Court also. And High Court has also ordered that a standing committee should be formed. And election of 18th member, which was scheduled on 26th, and mayor denied to conduct that election. And Aam Aadmi Party doesn't enter into house. This is first time
Siddharth
in
Sharma, do you
Indian
want to respond to this?
democracy history
Very quickly,
that
Siddharth Sharma.
opposition wants to conduct the
BJP
election.
reiterating
And
this.
the
So
ruling
basically,
party does
basically
not.
the BJP
What was the
spokesperson
reason?
is
Why
saying that
ruling
when
party
Modi ji
was
brought in
running
the
away from
three
election?
farm laws, without that farm laws being sent to the parliamentary standing committee, he was doing something very gravely wrong. I think I welcome that statement from the BJP spokesperson because obviously all the laws have to go through the standing committee or the parliamentary committee. And Mr. Narendra Modi, when he brought in the three farm laws, he did not let it go through the parliamentary standing committee and brought in his farm laws at his whims, and that's why the BJP is saying that is wrong. I completely agree with what the BJP is saying. Completely agree.
Okay, Advocate Vivek Jain, if I can get you in, how does an ordinary citizen look at this? And an ordinary citizen is looking at this and saying, our taxed money is being taken and work that is meant to be done for us is just not getting done between all of this political bickering. What one calls interference in their role and the other calls a complete collapse of decision making. Constitutionally, how is this supposed to be looked at?
Well, I would like to say that this whole controversy could have been avoided. Why I say so is, and why you would see a strong comment from Supreme Court, is because of the reason. There are two reasons. One is the timing. The second thing is the power. Now, as far as the timing is concerned, I think the mayor, Shelley Oberoi, has on 26th of September 2024 had said that she would be getting election conducted on 5th of October, which would have been done by tomorrow. If the parties could have waited till 5th of October, it would have been done on 5th October, which is tomorrow. However, it didn't stop there. On 26th itself, there is an order passed by LG to have the election conducted at 10 p.m. in the night. That didn't happen. That's why the direction was passed that on 27th by 1 p.m. you should conduct it. Now, therefore, this direction of LG, who was, as per the arguments which are made in the court, was not in India, he was in Seoul. These directions which are given by LG has led to a legal conundrum. Why? Because there are two sections. One is section rule regulation 76 of the DMC Act, which says that the mayor is the presiding officer in the election. The second is section 74 read with regulation 11, which says that it is the duty of mayor to decide the place and the timing. Now, that is something which is in the domain of the mayor, as per the MCD Act. Now, Mr. LG here has passed an order under 487, section 487 of the Conduct of Business Rules. Now, that rule, as for what has been argued in the court, is that rule only authorizes him to direct the concerned authority to take action. Now, the case being presented in the court is that the concerned authority is mayor. So you should have directed mayor to take actions. So this whole controversy could have been avoided by just waiting till 5th of October, which is tomorrow. Instead, this whole legal conundrum has been opened. The section 30 article 32 petition is filed, and which led to Supreme Court passing all these directions, staying the election, which could have been avoided according to us. And yes, your concern is right. The
Sandeep
citizens are
Kapoor,
waiting.
do you want to respond to what Advocate Vivek Jain is saying? He's explained the whole procedure. He's explained it very elaborately, very lucidly, making it a very sharp critique, saying this entire furor and the wastage of a taxpayer's money could have completely been avoided. Sandeep Kapoor, my question is to you, please.
Question to whom? Are you asking me?
Sandeep Kapoor, this is for you. The question is for you. Please go ahead.
See, the entire controversy should have been avoided because the democracy is on stake. The people of Delhi is on stake. If these committees has been formed within 3 months of constitution and election of councillors, it will be avoided. But why Aam Aadmi Party is avoiding constitution of these committees? That's a question under doubt. Why they doesn't want to empower even their own councillors? Because a lot of committees, the Aam Aadmi Party councillors will be chairman. So why they were avoiding? That's a question which has to be
Okay, very
answered by Aam Aadmi
very quickly, Siddharth Sharma. Respond, we're getting out of time. Siddharth Sharma, respond to this. Also, my question to it is, when is this back and forth between the LG and the Aam Aadmi Party going to see an end? Is there going to be an end? Are people going to see projects being rolled out? Are people going to be able to see a Delhi that they want to live in? 30
Aam Aadmi
seconds to both
Party
of
has
you.
never shied away from elections,
Siddharth
and
first.
that's why, as the lawyer amongst us has said, that the mayor had called for a fifth election, and the BJP had to be patient till then. If it wasn't patient and it was doing some contra constitutional act, that has been called by the Supreme Court. Now, as far as the Delhi citizen is concerned,
All right.
Delhi is one of the only states in India which is running under profit, and the people are getting free electricity, free education, free healthcare. So there are things that are going right in Delhi. But obviously, if you ask me as a student who is getting 80%,
I don't think all the citizens would agree to that. There are a lot of things that are not going right in Delhi as well. But Sandeep Kapoor, quickly respond. 30 seconds and I have to end this.
People have already waited for 20 months to form these committees, and they are saying that that's not enough time. You know, half of the time of this MCD.
Why didn't the Modi Sarkar form any parliamentary committee before going into those farm laws? Why didn't Mr. Modi form a parliamentary committee and announce demonetization?
All right. Okay, we are totally out of time. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining us. I'm sorry I have to intervene at this point. Siddharth Sharma, Sandeep Kapoor, as well as Advocate Vivek Jain, thank you very much for joining us and for giving us your time. This is a political back and forth. Nonetheless, as I'm reminding everybody, at the end of the day, it's the citizens who are suffering. Moving on. Former Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal moved into bungalow number 5 of Firoz Shah Road in Lutyens, Delhi. He vacated the residence which was allocated to him during the chief ministership. The bungalow was officially allotted to the party's Rajya Sabha MP from Punjab, Ashok Mittal. Kejriwal resigned from the chief minister's post after the Supreme Court granted him bail in the alleged excise policy scam case. He had said he would return to the chief minister's post only after having a certificate of honesty from the people in Delhi Assembly elections due in February 2025. Earlier in the day, former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia shifted to a bungalow on Rajendra Prasad Road. The house is the official residence of Aam Aadmi Party Rajya Sabha MP Harbhajan Singh.
तो ये प्रोटेस्ट क्या करेंगे आप? इनके अंदर यहाँ घिराव करने रखेंगे?
नहीं, ये प्रोटेस्ट इसी बात की है कि दिल्ली की जनता को पता चले, जो आदमी कहता था मैं बंगला सिक्योरिटी गाड़ी नहीं लूंगा, आज वो फिर दूसरे सांसद के सरकारी बंगले पर गैर कानूनी तरीके से रहने की कोशिश कर रहा है, वो गलत है जाकर।
तो वो सांसद तो कह रहे हैं कि वो मेरे गेस्ट हैं, वो आए हैं यहाँ।
आपको भी मालूम है और मुझे भी मालूम है, पूरा परिवार गेस्ट रह के 6 महीने तक रहेगा क्या? यहाँ पर गेस्ट रहेगा क्या? ऐसे तो हर एक व्यक्ति कह देगा जी। तो ये जो सरकारी बंगला है जिसकी नॉमिनल लाइसेंस फीस होती है या होती भी नहीं है, उसके ऊपर दूसरा व्यक्ति आके रहे तो फिर वो ये ना करें मैं शीश महल छोड़ रहा हूं, फिर तो वो शीश महल में भी रह सकते थे।
Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin. Thank you very much for joining us. Up next at 7, my colleague Shreya Upadhyay takes over.